Welcome back here as we take a look here at our lineups. Of course, Neligh will be starting off at the plate tonight for the Neligh Post 172 seniors. And taking a look at their lineup, you'll have batting leadoff. That'll be number 9, Hunter Scharf. Scharf will also be on the mound tonight for Neligh. Then you'll have batting second, playing center field, number 4, Brock Kester. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 5, Hunter Reisman. Batting cleanup, number 24, playing second base, that's Trinity Graham. Batting fifth, playing catcher, number 21, Norman Grothy. Then batting sixth, playing third is number 18, Landon Schroeder. Batting seventh, playing first, number 15, Andrew Jacobson. Batting eighth, playing left field, number 5, Keegan McAllister. And the bottom of the lineup, batting ninth, starting right fielder, number 16, that is Linus Bohr. Taking a look here on the defensive side of things for the Pinnacle Bank Irish seniors. Starting on the mound tonight, that'll be number 23, Francisco Perez. Behind the plate, playing catcher, number 8, Justin Beeks. At first base, you'll have number 12, Peyton Matthews. At second base, number 7, Turner Jessel. At shortstop, number 3, Grant Stack. At third base, number 8, Isaiah Weesey. And then from left to right on the outfield, you'll have number 4, Connor Simmon, number 1, Cameron Atkinson, and number 12, Tommy Kotzer. As the Neligh seniors taking infield right now, we are getting closer and closer here to our start time. Opening pitch set for 6:50 as we are very close to that start time here. Again, Trevor, the main focus tonight is going to be paying attention to the weather, see if we can kind of outlast that forecast that we have. And then, just looking at this one, O'Neill coming in at 3-7. They've only been able to play 10 games. This is a team that they'll see for the first time in Neligh tonight. And for both of these teams, they're obviously familiar with each other athlete-wise, but their first opportunity really meeting each other on the field.
Yeah, it's going to be very important to watch what's going to come down with coming off the mound with Hunter Scharf and Francisco Perez. I think they have to set the tone really for both teams right away, right off the bat.
Yeah, absolutely. On the mound here tonight, like you said, Francisco Perez for the seniors. Only his second time pitching for the seniors was last week against Osmond, and he pitched 6 innings in that game. The Irish able to win that one 8-3, and that's huge confidence builder for Perez, and then he gets to maybe continue to build on that confidence here tonight on the mound.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see. You have your first time pitching, you pitch 6 innings, you do really good. You just got to build off that going into your next game, and hopefully he can start just as high as he did in that last game.
For Post 172 Neligh, the seniors, they come in at 2-5 on the season, kind of much like the O'Neill seniors have really had a hard time getting a lot of games in so far this summer. Just scheduling issues and having enough players has really been the big thing here for Neligh this season. Getting this game tonight is huge for some of those younger guys here in this seniors program to build on the experience. And like you said, I think it all starts on the mound tonight with Hunter Scharf.
Yeah, it's a good experience for, like you said, good experience for the younger ones. Maybe they don't get a lot of playing time. They get to show out what they can do in this game against O'Neill.
All right, well, we are at Fred Appleby Field, and we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have opening pitch between the Post 172 Neligh seniors and the Pinnacle Bank Irish seniors here on KBRX. Welcome back, Fred Appleby Field. Trevor Dempster, Tyler Holcomb joining you. And thanks for joining us tonight here on 102.9 FM, KBRX.com, as we have a matchup between the Pinnacle Bank Irish Seniors and Post 172 Neligh. Should be a good one here tonight, as our current temperatures here from Fred Appleby Field, 74 degrees, are getting a slight wind out of the southeast, but nothing too crazy, as these players at the batter's box will have the wind behind them, so that might be something to pay attention to throughout this game as well, with a little bit of that extra movement from behind here for these batters.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a big thing. The weather is going to play a huge factor in tonight's game, especially if it starts to rain a little bit towards the latter half of the game. But hopefully the Thunder and the Lightning stays away for the most of tonight.
Earlier here on our Dr. Pepper pregame show did announce that Francisco Perez would be getting the start tonight on the mound for the Irish. His third start as a Pinnacle Bank Irish senior here on the mound. Is I know that he had a good game last week against Osman, as he pitched 6 innings, and the Irish able to get the win there. So I think Francisco Perez looking to do the same thing here again tonight, as the first batter up for Neligh, leading us off. That is going to be number 9, Hunter Scharf. It is a pitcher-on-pitcher matchup here to start this game, as Scharf is the starting pitcher on the other side for Neligh. And Perez going a little high and inside, hitting Scharf on the back, and that'll send Scharf to first base to lead us off.
Not a great first pitch, but you can only go up from there, I suppose.
Absolutely. Can only go, like you said, Trevor, best way of describing that is it's going to get better here from that point. But coming up now to the plate, starting center fielder, that is Brock Castor, as Perez's first pitch high over the top of the plate is going to go in for ball number 1. So we'll go to a 1-0 count here, top of the first inning. Joining us here on 102.9 FM and KBRX.com, Perez trying to pick off back over to first, as Matthews throws it back over to Perez. A nice pickoff look there from Perez. Really is a nice move, as this one is going to go right down the center for strike number 1, as Castor just watches it go by.
Yeah, going back to that pickoff, Francisco has a great instinct. He knows when someone's leading off a little bit too far, and he knows exactly when to throw it over to first.
1-1 the count. This one high and inside for a 2-1 count, as Perez, typically the guy behind the plate. That's going to be Justin Beeks with that responsibility here tonight for the Irish. As Perez going to hit the batter here, and Castor will take his base off of the hit. So 2 straight hit batters here for Perez, as he tries to settle in here and settle down against Post 172 Neligh. And now coming to the plate, that'll be Hunter Reisman. Reisman, standout athlete at EPPJ for the Wolfpack, as he's the number 3 batter, the starting shortstop tonight here for Neligh. As this pitch from Perez finds the zone for strike number 1. And Perez doing a nice job of moving the ball from corner to corner there, as he finds the outside edge on that one. For an 0-1 count here, this is going to go in the same spot, goes right back up the middle to Jessel. Jessel has a tough time handling it. He does make the throw in time over to first, though, and that'll be out number 1 for the Irish defense, but that does move Scharf and Castor from first to second and second to third.
Kind of lost track of that, lost it off his foot, which ultimately could have been a double play, but just because of that, he only got the 1 out instead of the double.
Was potentially looking for the 4-6-3 double play, but like you mentioned there, Trevor, just had a tough time gathering the ball. But Perez, a nice pitch there to allow his defense to get the out, and he finds the zone right there again against Trinity Graham. Graham, of course, batting cleanup. He's going to have a half swing here. It's going to go right back up to first. Perez going to make the tag at first. 1 run does come in there for Neligh, but the Irish get out number 2, and now just one out away from going to the bottom of the first.
Hopefully this is just a simple, almost a miscommunication on that last one there between Francisco and Peyton Matthews, but ultimately getting the job done and getting the out.
So number 5 batter coming to the plate, that's starting catcher number 21, Norman Grothe. Grothe watches the first one go by high for a 1-0 count. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. A run has come in for Neligh. Hunter Scharf coming across. You do have Brock Kester here at third for post 172 as Perez finds the zone there right down the middle for strike number 1, and we go to a 1-1 count. On deck for Neligh post 172, that's Landon Schrader. And that a big swing coming from Grothy, and we'll go to a 1-2 count. Perez, a strike away from out number 3 here in the top of the first. So with a 1-2 count, Perez from the stretch, pitch on the way low, bouncing in here to Beeks. Beeks doing a nice job of blocking that, keeping it in front of him with the deep backstop here at Fred Appleby Field. If that ball gets by Beeks, that does give Kester an opportunity to steal home. So with a 2-2 even count, Perez here from the stretch, pitch on the way, trying to go outside, trying to get Grothy to chase on that one. Oh, they are going to call a strike there, so that will go in for the strikeout here for Perez. And going down looking is Norman Grothy, and that'll be out number 3 as our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard 1-0. Neligh leading it going to the bottom of the first here on KBRX. Welcome back here from Fred Appleby Field. Trevor Dempster, Tyler Holcomb joining you. The post 172 Neligh seniors able to get a run across there in that top of the first inning, and it'll be O'Neill's opportunity here with Turner Jussel leading us off in this bottom of the first inning for the Pinnacle Bank Irish seniors. And we'll see if the Irish can match that run scored by Neligh there in the top of the first inning.
Hopefully the pitching isn't quite as it was with Francisco with 2 hit batters in his first two, but you never know.
Hunter Scharf, a fantastic quarterback in the fall for Neligh, and we did get big news from the NSAA here today that we will have fall sports as they will look to begin on time as practice is starting August 10th, and really some great news from around the state there as the first pitch from Scharf falls in there for ball number 1. Scharf now from the windup pitch on the way and will find the zone here as he goes low for a 1-1 count. But, yeah, absolutely huge news there coming out of the NSAA as they say that they will have a fall season at this point.
That's very exciting news, especially with this whole pandemic going on right now. It's good to finally have something good come out of it.
If you'd like to see that full story and the entire release statement from the NSAA, go to our website at kbrx.com. Go to our sports page as you can get that whole story right there. As Scharf getting Jussel a swing on that one for strike number 2, and we go to an even count now at 2-2 here. Jussel leading us off for the Irish. Batting second and on deck right now is number 3, Grant Steck. Pitch on the way here from Scharf going outside, and we go to a full count now at 3-2. So a battle so far here between Jussel and Scharf. As Scharf works from the windup, pitch on the way. Jussel reaching on that one. It's going to be foul high in the air into the first base territory, and first baseman Andrew Jacobson coming underneath it. He'll make the grab for out number 1 here for Neligh.
Kind of took a big reach there. Just wasn't the right call there for that swing, but I'm sure he could have chose a better one.
Grant Steck will come to the plate now here for the Irish seniors as he stands in to the plate. Scharf works from the windup. Pitch on the way as Steck is going to swing at the first pitch. This is going to go high, shallow right field. And the right fielder and the second baseman meet in the middle. No one called it. It was Linus Bohr and Trinity Graham going for the ball. It falls in between, and Steck able to get the single there.
A little bit of a miscommunication there between the second baseman and the right fielder.
And neither Graham nor Bohr ended up touching the ball, so they're not going to rule that as an error. It will be a hit here for Grant Steck as he gets the single. This will bring up Perez to the plate now for the Irish with a runner on, and Steck able to get the steal off of the outside pitch there from Scharf. So Steck will get to second and put himself into scoring position. He would represent the tying run here for the Irish. As Perez stands back in, looking at a 1-0 count here from Scharf. Perez will show bunt as this pitch is going to hit Perez. Perez will take his base, and that'll put 2 on now for the Irish with just 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring up Isaiah Weesey. Weesey batting cleanup tonight for the Irish as he starts at third base defensively. And it looks like we are going to get a courtesy runner here for Perez. Coming in will be Keegan Moore. So Perez will go back to the dugout, get ready for the next inning on the mound as Weesey stands in now at the plate here for the Irish. Irish wearing their black uniforms with green letters and yellow print, as this one is going to find the zone from Scharf right down the middle of the Weesey, but you see Steck moving off the pitch and now is only 90 feet away over at third base. Steck, a long, talented athlete from Ainsworth, showing his athletic ability early. With an 0-1 count, Scharf with the pitch. Weesey going to hit it right back up to Scharf. Scharf digs it out of the dirt, and he'll get out number 2 there at first base. You do have a runner come in and Steck, and Keegan Moore found himself in a pickle, but he's able to get out of it. He's safe at second. A lot going on right there. You do get an out at first base for Weesey, but Weesey able to bring across a run as Steck gets home. And Keegan Moore stays alive on the bases as he gets from first over to second.
Just found himself in a bad pickle there, falling in between second and third base, but very nice, aware play for him to get right back up and move back to second.
So this brings up Peyton Matthews. Matthews, the left-hander, going up against a right-handed pitcher in Scharf. So you get this lefty-righty matchup here as Scharf's first pitch in there for a 1-0 count. So the 1-0, Moore at second, 2 outs here. Bottom of the first, we're knotted up at 1 as Matthews takes a big cut in that one. He'll foul it out of play down the third base line. And we'll go to a 1-1 count. On deck for the Irish, Cameron Atkinson. He'll start at center field today. Matthews stands back in. Scharf works from the stretch as he'll try the pickoff. No one back there covering second. So he'll hold on and reset here on the mound. From the stretch, Scharf pitch on the way is going to fall in low and outside for a 2-1. Trevor Dempster, Tyler Holcomb joining you here tonight on 102.9 FM, and thanks for joining us As Sharp's pitch on the way, and that finds the edge of the zone for strike number 2, and we go even here again at 2-2 with 2 outs. Matthews will stand back in here. Sharp from the stretch. Pitch on the way, trying to get the breaking ball there. Wasn't able to get it to come back in. And that'll take us to a full count here at 3-2. So Matthews resets here at the plate. Sharp from the stretch. Pitch on the way is going to be inside, and that will be a walk here as Matthews takes his base out over at first. Now he'll round first, and he's going to steal back to second base. And again, just a miscommunication, really not paying attention of the situation there from post 172 allows Matthews to get the extra base.
Great awareness there by Peyton Matthews. The Scharf and I believe it's Grothy back there.
Yeah.
They were just kind of walking at each other, giving the ball back. So Peyton Matthews, he just rounded first and went right on to second.
Saw his opportunity there and took it as the first pitch from Scharf to Atkinson is over the head, high and inside for a 1-0 count. This one goes low and outside for a 2-0 count. There's 2 Irish runners in scoring position here. Neligh just looking for that last out. Scharf will work from the windup. Pitch on the way is inside. We'll go to a 3-0 count. So Scharf trying to recollect and regather here on the mound for Neligh as Atkinson looks at a 3-0 count here. Pitch on the way is going to be low and outside, and that'll send Atkinson over to first off the walk. And with the bases now loaded, you bring up Tommy Kotzer, starting right fielder here for the Irish, and he has a huge opportunity to bring in some extra runs here with 2 outs.
This is really any batter's dream, is bases loaded, 2 outs, and a great opportunity.
As that first pitch will fall into the zone from Scharf for strike number 1. We'll go to an 0-1 count here. Kotzer at the plate. On deck is Justin Beeks for the Irish. Bases are loaded. Scharf from the stretch finds the zone there, and we go to an 0-2 count. So quickly, Scharf, after sending Atkinson and Matthews to first off of the walk, he quickly gets ahead of the count here at an 0-2. So Scharf will work from the windup. Pitch on the way, goes outside. This is a pass ball, and now we'll have a play at home. Keegan Moore able to get in, and another run comes in off of the pass ball here for the Irish, and now the Irish leading it here in the bottom of the first, 2-1.
Great base running out of the Irish there. Keegan Moore getting home. Every runner advanced 90 feet, so all runners are now in scoring position.
As this pitch from Scharf will find the zone, and going down looking is Tommy Kotzer. The first strikeout or the first K of the night here coming for Scharf. That's a big one as it limits some damage there against the Pinnacle Bank Irish seniors. Our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard after 1, 2-1. Irish lead it by a run when we come back on KBRS. Top of the second inning here from Fred Appleby Field. Landon Schrader will lead us off here in this top of the second inning. And due up for Neligh is the 6, 7, 8 batters here. So we're at the bottom of the lineup as Schrader stands in. Perez on the mound. Pitch on the way here from Perez. as that one just missing low for a 1-0 count. Irish leading it 2-1 here after an inning of play. On your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Perez from the stretch pitch going to be high for 2-0. On deck for Neligh is Andrew Jacobson, first baseman for Neligh. So the 2-0 count, pitch on the way. Perez gets the breaking ball to fall into the zone there for a 2-1. And that's a pretty ball there from Perez. He's been showing a lot of just the high heat pitches, but able to get the breaking ball to fall there. As Perez again looking for the breaking ball. It's fouled down the third base line by Schrader, and that will take us to an even count here at 2-2.
Some say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think that's why he went back to the breaking ball for 2 pitches in a row, got a strike, went right back to it.
See if he can keep the batter guessing here. Does Perez, and just missing high over the plate there for a full count now at 3-2. Just another reminder, we have more baseball in action for you tomorrow night as it'll be O'Neill and Creighton battling in Creighton. 5:45 start time for the juniors with the seniors to follow. We'll have both of those games for you on 102.9 as Perez finds the zone there for strike number 3 and out number 1 here in the top of the second inning. And that's the second consecutive strikeout now that Perez has gotten as both Grothe and Schrader have gone down looking in the last 2 at-bats for Neligh. That will bring up Andrew Jacobson here for Neligh. Jacobson, the starting first baseman, watches the first one go by for strike number 1.
I think we've started to see Francisco's getting into his groove. He's throwing a lot of strikes now. He's made some batters guess, and I think he's really on a roll.
And there's another big swing coming from Jacobson for strike number 2, and quickly Perez gets to that 0-2 count. And, yeah, like you said, Trevor, I think just cooling down and getting used to the situation is that breaking ball almost scraping by Jacobson just misses for a 1-2 count. That's a great give pitch, though, as Jacobson might have thought that he had a base to take there. And again, Perez trying to get the breaking ball to fall there, just not coming down quick enough, and will take us to an even count here at 2-2 with 1 out, no runners on. Standing in is Jacobson, as Jacobson will watch this go by, and another strikeout here for Perez, as it's now his 3rd straight batter retired from a strikeout. And with 2 outs now here in the top of the second inning, Perez looking for a 1-2-3 inning. As Keegan McAllister, left fielder, now stepping to the plate here for Neligh. Perez with the pitch, finds the zone for strike number 1. Number 8 batter in the lineup here for Neligh. Bottom of the lineup is on deck, and Linus Borer as that finds the zone here from Perez again. And again, quickly you see Perez get to 0-2.
Yeah, he's really in his groove right now. I believe that is 4 straight pitches that have been strikes.
Yeah.
So he's really on a roll right now.
So with the 0-2 count, Perez will stand back on, pitch on the way, and going down swinging is McAllister as Perez gets 3 Ks to get 3 outs. And that will do it for the top of the second inning. Our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard stays the same here at 2-1. Irish lead it by a run when we come back for the bottom of the second here on KBR. Fred Appleby Field here as we go to the bottom of the second inning here from O'Neill, Nebraska. Trevor Dempster, Tyler Holcomb joining you. And thanks for joining us tonight here on 102.9 FM and KBRX.com. We're also trying the stream here tonight for you on YouTube, as you can go to youtube.com and type in O'Neill versus Neligh Seniors. Type in the date, and that should bring you right to the stream link, as we have Irish and Neligh baseball on YouTube here tonight. You can catch that live stream again on youtube.com. All right, well, we resume action here as it is Scharf on the mound, and at the plate for the Irish, that is number 18 tonight, Justin Beeks. Beeks, of course, the starting catcher tonight for O'Neill, with Perez on the mound. As Beeks watched the first one go by for a 1-0 count, he'll take a whack at this one as it's fouled down the first base line, and we'll go 1-1.
A lot of contact so far from both squads. Just can't seem to straighten it out either way.
So Beeks will stand back in here for the Irish, looking at a 1-1 count. He leads it off here for the Irish as he'll watch this one go by. Low and outside for ball number 2, and we'll go to a 2-1 count. Of course, Beeks is the number 8 batter in the lineup. You have Simon on deck, batting 9th. And then the top of the lineup, waiting in the dugout, is Turner Jessel, as this pitch from Scharf, high and outside, will take us to a 3-1 count. And Beeks showing some nice discipline here at the plate for the Irish seniors. As he stands back in, it's a hitter's pitch here, is going to be low and inside. Beeks will take his base on the walk, and that will bring up Connor Simon to the plate. And it looks like we will get a courtesy runner here for Justin Beeks. Of course, Beeks, the starting catcher here for the Irish. And going out there is Mason Walsh for the seniors. Walsh, of course, a standout athlete in both, or actually in all three, football, basketball, and track. As Simmons stands in, showing bunt, he'll pull back as Scharf is going to go low and outside for a 1-0 count. Simmons looking down the third base line for the call. He'll stand back in now with a runner at first, no outs. Bottom of the second, showing bunt there is Simmons. Tried to take a bunt at it there, and a potential throw down there as Walsh does get back just in time. Grothy had a nice throw from home plate over to first base to Andrew Jacobson, but Matthews doing a nice job of just sliding right back in there and avoiding the throwdown. So the 1-1 count, Simmons stands in. Scharf from the stretch, pitch on the way as Simmons takes a big swing at that for strike number 2, and we'll look at a 1-2 count here at the plate. Scharf looking for his second K of the night and the first out here in this bottom of the second inning. With a 1-2 count, Scharf from the stretch, pitch on the way, and Simmons is going to go down swinging, and that will be the second K of the night here for Hunter Scharf. First out in the bottom of the second, and that'll bring up the top of the lineup here as Turner Jessel comes to the plate. And Jessel, he flew out down the first base foul line in his last at-bat. We'll see what he can do here with a runner at first. Pitch on the way, and this is going to hit, well, a stolen base here. Walsh going to be thrown down. Grothy with the throw, the tag by Hunter Reisman, and that is going to be out number 2 here for Neligh. And they're saying at the plate, Jessel just missed being hit. It was going to go in for a 1-0 count. And Jessel will stand back in here at the plate with no runners on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. This is going to be low and inside again for ball number 2. But for a moment there, at least from my vantage point, Trevor, it looked like Jessel was hit by that pitch.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. I thought he got hit, so that's why he looked back at the umpire, and then Walsh decided to take off. So it was easy base for Jessel when in reality it was just a ball.
So that one low. So Jessel will watch now a 3-0 count here at the plate. As this pitch from Scharf is going to go in high, and that'll be a walk batter here. Jessel will reach off the walk. That'll bring up number 3, starting shortstop Grant Steck. Steck is the only Irish player with a hit so far here tonight. He had a single back in the first inning. We'll see what he can do here. Scharf with the pitch. And now a potential throwdown again. Jussel uses his speed, and he'll slide underneath that tag from Reisman for the stolen base. And just like that, Jussel with 2 outs here will put the Irish into scoring position with arguably the strongest hitter at the plate here in Grant Steck for the Irish seniors.
Yeah, the Irish are definitely in really good position to get at least 1 or 2 runs out of Grant Steck.
As that pitch from Scharf does find the zone, taking us to a 1-1 count for Steck at the plate. From the stretch, pitch on the way from Scharf. It's going to go line down the third base line, and a beautiful throw from Landon Schrader will get Steck out there at first base, and that'll be out number 3 as our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard will stay 2-1 going to the top of the 3rd inning. Irish lead it on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard here on KBR. Welcome back here, Fred Appleby Field, top of the 3rd inning. It's been a quick-moving game here between the Pinnacle Bank Irish seniors and the Neligh Post 172 seniors, and it looks like we do get a change here, and a new guy on the mound here tonight for the Irish, as that looks to be
Parker Hess.
That's Parker Hess. So Parker Hess getting an opportunity here for the seniors on the mound tonight, as Francisco Perez is going to go right back behind the plate, and he'll go back to his typical position for the Irish there at catcher. 28 pitches for him. Is Francisco Perez finishing with 28 total pitches. 1 run came in off of the hit batter for Neligh.
I believe other than that, that was the only shuffle in position changes. I think everyone else stayed virtually the same, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. And I think you're correct on that one. So leading us off here for Neligh and due up the number 9, 1, and 2 batters. Leading us off is number 16, Linus Bohr for Neligh. Hess will be on the mound here as he works from the windup, and Bohr is going to swing at that one for strike number 1. Bohr taking a little bit of a cautious swing there for strike number 1, as Hess will throw this one a high fastball. Bohr will foul that one back behind the plate, and quickly Hess takes it to an 0-2 count. So with the 0-2 count, Bohr at the plate, pitch on the way from Hess, and Bohr doing a nice job of staying alive here at the plate as he protects, fouls that one back behind home. On deck for Neligh is Hunter Scharf, as Hess again from the windup. Pitch on the way, and this is going to be chopped down the third base line. Foul. And Bohr again, just kind of mentioned a couple different times here against Hess, has made Hess throw a couple more pitches here as Bohr continues to protect. He was really close from getting that one to stay in there fair. So Bohr will stand back in. Pitch on the way here from Hess as that goes in low, and we'll go to a 1-2 count. As Bohr stands back in to the plate. Hess from the windup. Pitch on the way as Bohr checking his swing. That was low and inside. Did a nice job of preventing full rotation there on the swing. Will take us to an even count at 2-2. So the 2-2 pitch, it's on the way as Bohr is going to strike out swinging. And Parker Hess gets his first K of the night here as he'll get out number 1 in the top of the third.
It's a really good feeling when you come on for your first batter, you get an immediate K. That's great confidence riding into batters 2, 3, 4, and continuing on.
And now you have Hunter Scharf coming to the plate as he leads it off, or he led it off for Neligh back in the first inning. Number 1 batter in the lineup there is Scharf, as the first pitch is going to be high and inside for a 1-0 count. Hess from the windup finds the zone there and will take us to a 1-1 count. Scharf in his last at bat, hit by a pitch. See what he does this time with a 1-1 count here. No runners on, 1 out. Hess going low at the fastball as that bounces into Perez for a 2-1. On deck for Neligh, Brock Kester. As Scharf stands back in from the windup. Pitch on the way is low and outside, taking us to a 3-1 count. So Hess will have to work his way back into the count, and right now this is a hitter's pitch coming here for Hunter Scharf at 3-1. Pitch on the way is Scharf holds off on that one. It's high, and that'll send Scharf to first with the walk as Brock Kester comes to the plate. So Hess now will work from the stretch as this pitch on the way is low and outside for a 1-0. On deck for Neligh is Hunter Reisman, starting shortstop. At the plate now is Kester. Kester in his last at-bat was also hit by a pitch as this second pitch in there from Hess finds his own for 1-1. Hess from the stretch finds his own there again for a 1-2 count. He found that outside edge there to take us to a 1-2 count. Kester will stand in. He'll have to protect now as Hess pitch on the way is going to get by Perez. That'll send Scharf from first to second. Perez will throw it back here to Hess. Goes over the head of Hess to Jussel. Jussel now will make the throw over to Hess. Scharf staying at second. And with an even count here at 2-2, Neligh with a runner in scoring position there, and Scharf at second. Kester at the plate. Hess with the pitch. And that is going to be a strikeout. Going down looking is Brock Kester. And the second K of the night here for Parker Hess, as that brings up number 5, Hunter Reisman. Reisman in his last at-bat was out on a ground out. Hess with the pitch. And this is going to get by Perez. Scharf is moving. A throw-down opportunity here is Perez. The throw just not in time. Isaiah Wiese can't make the tag in time. And Scharf now 90 feet away over at third. With a 1-0 count here at the plate to Reisman. So Reisman will stand back in. Hess from the stretch finds the zone. Will take us to 1-1. Hess doing a nice job of moving his pitches so far here against this Neligh lineup. As this pitch on the way, and that will find the zone. This time going inside of the zone there for 1-2. With the 1-2 count, pitch on the way. The breaking ball finds the zone from Parker Hess, and another strikeout there for Parker gives the third out of the inning, and we'll go to the bottom of the third inning as our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard stays at 2-1. Irish lead it by a run when we come back on KBR. Fred Appleby Field, we go to the bottom of the third inning. Irish leading it here 2-1 on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Only one hit recorded for either team, as the Irish with that lone hit so far in this one. And really the biggest difference in this one is that single hit for Grant Stack, as it's O'Neill leading it 2-1 on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard here going to the bottom of the third. And Francisco Perez is going to lead us off here in this third inning. We'll see if he can get something going offensively, and his last at-bat was hit by a pitch.
And, going back to that hit, Grant Stack, it wasn't just any, line drive to outfield. It was a pop fly in between second base and right field.
Yeah.
And just a little miscommunication, and it fell right in between the two of them.
Yeah, if you go back and if the Neligh players are able to make a play on that ball, the score might be tied up here at 1-1 instead of 2-1. As Scharf will work from the windup. Pitch on the way here to Perez, missing the zone low for 1-0. Jesse Moore over at third. Dean Benson over at first. Coach is on the field here for the Irish. This is hit well into center field. Center fielder coming underneath it is Brock Castor as he gets out number one here in the bottom of the third. But Perez, he put a ride on that ball, just kind of stood up there, though, for Hunter Scharf to make a nice read and get over there.
Good play on, both sides of the ball, really. It was a good hit, just didn't have quite the distance, and a good play in the outfield.
As this is Isaiah Weesey now coming to the plate as Scharf finds the zone for strike number one. Weesey is also responsible for a run. He had the sac ground out RBI that brought in a run, as this finds his own as well, and Scharf quickly gets to an 0-2 count here against Weesey. So Weesey will stand back in. He'll have to protect here at the plate against Scharf. Scharf from the windup. Pitch on the way, and low and inside there will take us to a 1-2 count. No runners on, one out so far here in the bottom of the third inning. Weesey at the plate. Matthews on deck. Scharf from the windup. Pitch on the way. Weesey, he's going to find a zone here as this is going to go into shallow right field. Bohr will throw it back in, but Weesey with the one-out single there.
Great line drive hit there by Weesey. Went right in between second base and the first baseman, and just kind of was a rocket.
That brings up Matthews. Matthews, the left-hander here in the lineup for the Irish, will stand at the plate against right-hander Hunter Scharf. Pitch on the way from Scharf. Matthews going to hit that one high behind home plate, out of play. Foul will take us to 0-1. Yeah, and Weesey was in protect mode at the plate, looking at a 1-2 count, was able to get that single right into the gap between second and first and get the second hit of the night here for the Irish. That was big. So Matthews stands back in with an 0-1 count. Scharf on the mound from the stretch. Pitch on the way, and this is going to be hit high, an infield fly again as Schrader coming underneath it. Actually, Reisman, the shortstop, grabs it, able to get over there in a double play as a 6-3 double play coming for the Neligh 172 seniors. And that will take us to the top of the fourth inning as your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard 2-1. Irish still lead it by a run here on KBR. due up here for Neligh, post 172. You have the 4-5-6 batters, so middle of the lineup here for Neligh. And we get another pitching change here from the Irish as Grant Steck now on the mound here for the Irish. As Steck moves from shortstop to the mound, and moving from the mound to shortstop, going to be Parker Hess here for the Irish. And Parker Hess in his limited action, he retired 3 of the 4 batters that he had at the plate, only allowing a walk to one of those batters, had a strikeout in the other 3. But I think right now, with all the games that the Irish have this week, trying to get as many pitchers as they can to save as many arms as they can as the week continues. Again, Irish looking to play again on tomorrow night against Creighton. So Steck will work here from the windup. Pitch on the way is high over the plate as Graham watches that one go by for a 1-0 count. Graham grounded out in his last at bat. That was all the way back in the first inning against Francisco Perez. This one finds the zone here for Steck. Take us to a 1-1 count. On deck for Neligh, Norman Grothe. Pitch on the way here from Steck, and a big swing coming there from Graham for strike number 2, and we'll go to a 1-2 count. Quickly, Steck getting comfortable here on the mound for the Irish as this pitch on the way here from Steck, and that's a strikeout. Going down swinging is Graham, and that'll be out number 1 here for the Irish in the top of the 4th inning. And just taking a look at that schedule coming up here for the Irish seniors. Of course, like we mentioned, Creighton tomorrow, at Neligh on Friday, and then a doubleheader at Lakeview. That's going to be on Saturday as well. As Steck missing the zone low there. This pitch takes us to a 1-0 count. Coming to the plate now, Norman Grothe. Grothe, the starting catcher for Neligh, as he'll watch that one find the zone for a 1-1 count. Grant Steck not wasting much time here on the mound as he works from the windup. Pitch on the way, and a hit batter here. Grothe hitting the head. Thankfully, he is going to hop right back up. He'll take his base, but that'll leave your ears ringing.
Yeah, that'll definitely hurt a little bit. You know, thank goodness for the helmet. It almost looked like he had brought the bat backwards, and it went off the bat. You know, could have caused the foul ball.
Right. Those are always those moments where you have to take a step back, and it looks like Steck is talking over to Grothe at first, and looks like kind of just the
correct gesture.
Yeah,
just
right.
Sure, hey,
he's just making sure he's okay, and we'll play on here. As coming now to the plate is Landon Schrader. Schrader, the starting third baseman for Neligh. He'll watch the first one go in for strike number 1. Perez trying to throw down to Grothe over at first. Grothe is able to get back. And Schrader at the plate will look at an 0-1 count when we resume action here with Steck at the mound.
And, you know, looking at that, trying to get picked off there, that's just Francisco's instinct, as we talked about in the first inning.
Liner back up to first base. Matthews will dig it up out of the dirt. He'll tag at first, and that'll be out number 2 here for the Irish. It does move Grothe from first to second, so he'll be in scoring position. But with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning, that'll bring up Andrew Jacobson. And Jacobson, in his last at-bat, he struck out looking. As this is going to be fouled back here by Jacobson. And we'll go to an 0-1 count. So the 0-1 pitch on the way, and a big swing coming from Jacobson will take us quickly to an 0-2 count. A runner at second is Grothe. 2 outs, though, as see if Jacobson can protect here at the plate. He'll hold off on that one, low and outside for a 1-2 count from Steck. On deck for Neligh is Keegan McAllister. McAllister starting left fielder. At the plate now is Jacobson as he looks at a 1-2 count here with 2 outs. In the top of the 4th, Steck from the stretch, pitch on the way, and that is a strikeout. Going down swinging is Andrew Jacobson, as that's out number 3. That'll take us to the bottom of the 4th inning as our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard 2-1. It's the Pinnacle Bank Irish seniors leading it by a run as we go to the bottom of the 4th here on KBR. Fred Appleby Field, Trevor Dempster, Tyler Holcomb joining you here on 102.9 FM, KBRX.com. Thanks for joining us here tonight as it is the Pinnacle Bank Irish Seniors currently leading this here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-1 our score on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. It's been a pitching battle. It's been Hunter Scharf on the mound for Neligh, and it's been, a by-committee approach by O'Neill on the mound on the other side. Yeah,
a tri-committee
is it was Francisco Perez starting it off on the mound, then Parker Hess came in as in for relief, and it's been Grant Stack here so far for O'Neill, at least in that fourth inning. We'll see what we get in the fifth inning here as the first pitch from Scharf finds the zone here against Cameron Atkinson. As Atkinson, he's going to chop it right back up the middle. Reisman tried to get a glove on it there from short. Atkinson able to get over to first, and the single there for Cameron Atkinson will be a nice leadoff hit for the Irish.
As many hits as we do scores in this game so far. Three-piece.
Absolutely. The single there from Atkinson will give 3 hits now to the Irish as they lead it 2-1. At the plate now is Kotzer. This is going to be a pass ball from Scharf as Atkinson rounding second. He'll get a nice lead off there at second. He'll stay there off the stolen base, and he'll put himself into scoring position with no outs yet recorded here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and we'll see Kotzer stand back in. Kotzer on the night is 0 of 1 as he struck out looking in his last at-bat against Scharf. Scharf trying to pick off, and he'll actually hold on to it, but just really keeping Atkinson on his feet out over there at second. As Scharf will work from the stretch with a 1-0 count here at the plate to Kotzer. Pitch on the way. Kotzer going to lay down the bunt. That's a beautiful bunt there. Scharf will pick it up. He'll make the throw. This is going to be wide. The throwing error there will bring in the run. Cameron Atkinson comes across home plate, and that will send off the throwing error. Will send Kotzer over to second. And the E1 throwing error there brings in a run, and it will put Kotzer in scoring position there at second, and still no outs yet recorded here in the bottom of the fourth, with Parker Hess now coming to the plate here for the Irish.
It's a real nice scenario there. You bring your guy around, score with a bunt, and then you get a double yourself.
So Hess comes to the plate. It'll be his first at-bat as he watches the first pitch from Scharf find the zone for an 0-1 count. And Scharf just trying to get that first out here in this bottom of the fourth inning as the Irish have already played it across to run. This pitch on the way is going to be low and outside, taking us to a 1-1 count. On deck is Connor Simmon for the Irish. At the plate, Parker Hess. He's the number 8 batter in the lineup right now for the Irish. Another pass ball. Take us to a 2-1 count, and that will also take Tommy Kotzer from second to third, now 90 feet away here for the Irish. And this could be a breakout inning for the Irish offense here against the Neligh Seniors. A third of their hitting coming here in this bottom of the fourth inning for the Irish. Is this pitch on the way from Scharf? It's going to be swung on. Hess is going to hit it into left field as the left fielder McAllister comes underneath it. He'll make the grab, play at home, and making the tag and getting the run is Tommy Kotzer. So the sac fly there will bring in a run for the Irish as they lead it now 4-1 on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard with just 1 out in the bottom of the fourth inning. That brings up the bottom of the lineup, Connor Simmons. Simmons is 0 for 1 on the night. He struck out swinging in his last at-bat against Scharf, and Scharf works from the windup. Pitch on the way as Simmons hitting that one down the third base line, foul out of play. Will take us to an 0-1 count. Plenty of action so far here in this bottom of the fourth inning between the Irish and Neligh. As Scharf from the windup, pitch on the way, finds the zone. Takes us to an 0-2. As Scharf doing a nice job of getting ahead of the count here in this one. With an 0-2 count, He'll work from the windup against Simon. Pitch on the way, trying to get the breaking ball, and it really left Simon guessing there as he took a late swing for strike number 3 and out number 2.
Yeah, you could tell he kind of hesitated when he started to swing there. Didn't know if he was going to enter that strike zone, but ultimately a great break on that ball.
Third strikeout of the night coming for Hunter Scharf. As we go back to the top of the lineup now is Turner Jussel. Jussel on the first pitch there from Scharf, going to foul it down the third base line. Take us to an 0-1 count. On the night, Jussel has yet to record a hit as he is 0 of 1 on the night. He flew out and walked on his last at bat. See what he can muster up this time as he'll watch this one go by low and outside for a 1-1 count. Grant Steck is on deck for the Irish. So if Jussel can reach, potentially add some more offense here with Steck on deck. Pitch on the way. As Jussel watches this go by low and inside for 2-1. We mentioned what the Irish have coming up for the rest of this week. Next week, they finish off their schedule as they'll take on Wayne on Monday. This is going to be fouled down the third base line by Jussel. Will take us to a even count now at 2-2. But next Monday night, always a great game, as it'll be Wayne taking on O'Neill. Nice rivalry there. We'll have that one for you on KBRX Monday night next week. And then they'll finish off the season on the 30th. That'll be against Ord, and they'll travel to take on the Chanticleers next week on the 30th. As this pitch from Scharf is going to go low and outside, trying to get the breaking ball there, and really just trying to get Jussel to reach on one there, I think, was Scharf as we go to a full count here. No one on, 2 outs. Irish have already accounted for 2 runs so far here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch on the way from Scharf, and that finds the zone. Going down looking is Jussel, and that will do it for our 4th inning as our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard 4-1. Irish lead it by 3 when we come back for the top of the 5th here on KB. Welcome back here, top of the 5th inning, and we get another pitching change here. Is Isaiah Weesey getting an opportunity here on the mound now. The 4th Irish pitcher is Parker Hess moves from shortstop over to third. Weesey moves from third to the mound, and Grant Steck will move from the mound over to shortstop. And Weesey's first 2 pitches here to McAllister going to go in for a 2-0 count. Due up here for Neligh are the 8, 9, and 1 batters. Of course, it's McAllister, Bohr, and Scharf. As Weese does find the zone there to McAllister, we'll go to a 2-1 count. As Weese works from the windup here for the Irish. Pitch on the way, and that finds the zone. Will take us to an even count here at 2-2.
Good way to battle back after starting out 2-0 and then throwing 2 strikes back-to-back. Way to make it even.
Weese from the windup. Pitch on the way as he takes the fastball, goes down, and going down swinging there is Keegan McAllister. As McAllister will go down swinging. He's now 0 of 2 on the night. That'll bring up Linus Bohr. Bohr is 0 of 1 on the night as he struck out swinging. And the Irish have really done a nice job on the mound. And by committee, that is now their 10th strikeout of the night as Weese finds the zone for strike number 1 here against Bohr. So the 0-1 count from the windup. Pitch on the way from Weese. Finds the zone again, and quickly Weese gets to an 0-2 count here against Bohr. Top of the lineup on deck is Hunter Sharp. So Weese from the windup. Pitch on the way as this is going to be Bohr. He'll hit it into shallow right field. Gets it down in front of Gildersleeve. And that's a 1-out single there coming for Bohr.
Great placement there by Bohr as he just kind of lofted it up right into that short right field area.
Yeah, it stayed fair as well. So, yeah, like you said, just a great offensive play there from Bohr as he was facing an 0-2 count. And now at the plate, top of the lineup here is Scharf with 1 out and a runner on. Pitch on the way from Weese as Perez checking the runner there at first. Bohr is able to get back, and Weese finds the zone for strike number 1. So with the 0-1 count, Weese with the pitch, and that one just going to miss inside. We'll go to 1-1. Weese, like Steck, really doesn't waste a lot of movements on the mound as he works from the stretch now with a runner at first. Pitch on the way, gets the breaking ball to fall down in against Scharf, and that'll take us to a 1-2 count.
That was a great break on that ball. It looked like it was going high, and then at the last second just broke right in the middle.
Weese with the fastball there is fouled down the first base line by Scharf, so Scharf stays alive at the plate. Will take us to, or keep us at a 1-2 count with 1 out and a runner at first. Top of the 5th inning is our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 4-1. Irish leading it by 3 runs if you're just now joining us here on KBRX. With a 1-2 count, Weese from the stretch. Pitch on the way, trying to get the breaking ball there. As that one high over the plate takes us to an even count at 2-2. Now, there is a little bit of a tell with Weese as he goes full power, full steam ahead with his fastball from the mound. You can kind of tell the difference. When he slows the motion down, that's when you're typically going to see the breaking ball coming from Isaiah Weese. As he looks at Scharf looks at an even count here from Weese at the plate. Scharf will stand back in. Weese on the mound. Pitch on the way that's going to be fouled back by Scharf, so he'll stay alive here at the plate.
Really going to make Weese use all those pitches in just this half inning.
With a 2-2 count here, Weese stands back on from the stretch. Pitch on the way, gets the breaking ball to fall in there for strike number 3, and going down looking is Hunter Sharp. But you do notice that motion slows down quite a bit when Weese changes it from that fastball to the breaking ball.
Yeah, it's never good to be that easily predictable when you're a pitcher, but
works for him.
It works.
He made it work there for the strikeout. As you see Kester coming to the plate with a runner on, 2 outs. Pitch on the way here, and the breaking ball is going to fall just outside for a 1-0 count. On deck for Neligh is Hunter Reisman. At the plate is Kester. Kester 0 of 1 for the day. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Struck out looking in his last at bat as he'll foul this one back for a 1-1. Kester will reset here at the plate. Looking at a 1-1 count. Pitch on the way from Weese is low and outside. Will take us to 2-1. So 2-1. Kester stands in. Pitch from the stretch here this is going to be chopped right back up to Jussel at second. Jussel going to make the throw over to first, and that is going to be out number 3, as that does it for the top of the 5th inning. Our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard 4-1. Irish lead it by 3 runs as we go to the bottom of the 5th here on KB. Welcome back. Hunter Scharf, 67 pitches here. He came into the inning with 66, but throwing that one low and outside to Grant Steck here, leading us off in the bottom of the 5th inning as Steck watches that one go by for ball number 2 from Scharf, and quickly a 2-0 count. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard 4-1. Irish leading it by 3, just trying to get maybe some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 5th. As Scharf will find the zone there, taking us to 2-1. Scharf on the night only has allowed 3 total hits. There has been an error that did go on Scharf from the throwing error, as he'll go high on this pitch for 3-1. But really on the night, Hunter Scharf has done a pretty good job here on the mound for Neligh.
Pretty decently clean game so far, and you can't really complain about that a whole lot.
Steck going to ground it right back up to Scharf. Scharf making the throw over to first and doing a nice job of extending over at first was Jacobson. He had to jump up for that one from Scharf, but gets out number 1 here against Steck. And Steck now 1 of 3 on the night. Started with that single, but he's ground out in his last 2 at-bats. That'll bring up Francisco Perez. Perez is 0 for 1. As he was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. He hit it deep into center field, but Brock Kester was able to make the play. Perez will stand at the plate as he works against Scharf. He's going to reach for this one. It's going to go right back up to Graham at second. Graham will flip it over to first, and that'll be out number 2. And quickly, Neligh looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 5th. So Perez with the ground out, as well as Stack. That brings up Weesey. We saw Weesey on the mound. We'll see if we see him on the mound in the going to the 6th inning. But he wouldn't mind to get some insurance runs here as well, as Scharf will go low and outside for the first pitch to Weesey for a 1-0 count. But Weesey on the day, he is 1 for 2. He singled in his last at-bat, was able to help bring in a run as he had the sac ground-out RBI in his first at-bat back in the first inning. And he'll take a big swing at that one for 1-1, and really doing a nice job of painting that outside edge right now is Scharf. He's getting some of these O'Neill batters to reach for some pitches. With a 1-1, Scharf with the pitch. Weesey going to hit this one right back up to third. Schrader from third making the throw to first. Doing a great job of extending again is Jacobson as he did the splits to dig that one out of the ground for out number 3. And that'll do it for our 5th inning as our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard 4-1. Irish lead it by 3 when we come back for the 6th here on KB. Welcome back. Another pitching change here from Fred Appleby Field. This time, Peyton Matthews. He makes the 5th O'Neill pitcher here tonight as the Irish looking to hold on to the win here tonight, leading it 4-1 over Neligh. And if they can end up winning this game and really pitch by committee like they have here tonight, if Matthews can continue that success, it'll be a huge success for the O'Neill Irish seniors.
Yeah, it'd be a big game, only holding your opponent to possibly only one hit, one run. And, they do have that error caused by Scharf on that Tommy Kotzer hit that bunt.
Right.
And, that's a pretty impressive performance. You have 5 different pitchers going in. It's been all on the pitching game right now, and they're kind of riding different pitchers, and that's really working for the Irish right now.
Absolutely. As due up here for Neligh, you will have 3-4-5 as Reisman will lead us off. It'll be Reisman, Graham, Grothy. Reisman on the night is 0 for 2. He grounded out in his first at-bat and struck out looking in his last at-bat. We'll see what he does here against Matthews. That's what also has been impressive by this Irish pitching staff tonight is they've accounted for a lot of strikeouts as Matthews going with the fastball right down the middle for an 0-1 count here to Reisman. Reisman stands in. He's going to hit this one high into right center field, and Atkinson unable to dive into that one. It will get down, and that'll be a single here for Neligh to lead us off. And that's a good way to lead it off if you're Neligh looking for some offense.
Just as I talk about it, only allowing your opponent to one hit, they call it the broadcaster's curse. I don't know if you're well aware of that.
Oh, plenty aware. I've done it plenty of times.
But just as I say, only allowing them to one hit, they immediately get the second one of the game.
That brings up Trinity Graham. Graham was showing bunt. He pulled back for strike number 1. Reisman, of course, leading it off with a single. No outs here in the top of the 6th inning as Neligh will look to get some offense going against Matthews on the mound. Pitch is going to find the zone for 0-2. And Matthews doing a nice job of getting ahead of this count after giving up the single. So with the 0-2 count, Matthews from the stretch, pitch on the way is going to be low and inside, gets past Perez. That'll move Reisman from first to second, and now a runner in scoring position for Neligh. With a 1-2 count here at the plate to Graham, Grothy on deck, of course, for Neligh. Graham on the day is 0 for 2. He grounded out and he struck out swinging his last at bat. Matthews with the pitch, and this is going to be chopped right back up to Steck at short. Steck will make the throw from short to first, gets the out there. Weesey trying to make the throw from first to third. Hess had to jump up for it, was unable to make the tag as Reisman slides under there, and that'll advance him over to third, now 90 feet away. But the Irish are able to get out number one here in the top of the sixth.
Great vertical there by Hess, jumping up. There was a high ball thrown right at him and couldn't hang on to it, but ultimately stopped it from going any farther than it needed to.
Absolutely. If that gets past, Reisman has an opportunity to steal home, as this is Matthews low and inside, and a great block there by Perez keeps Reisman over at third, and we'll go to a 1-0 count here with Grothe at the plate, as Grothe on the day is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in his last at bat, but he struck out looking in his first at bat back in the first inning. As this pitch is going to find the zone for strike number 1, we'll go to 1-1. Reisman at third, 90 feet away here for Neligh. As Matthews works from the stretch, pitch on the way, and this is going to be chopped right back up to Steck. It's short, goes under the legs. The error there will bring in a run, and you get an E6 for the Irish defense.
Steck looked like he thought he had it in his glove, just didn't quite get his glove down deep enough into the dirt, and ultimately just let that ball roll right in between his legs.
So the Irish unable to get that out. We'll put a runner at first now for Neligh, with the tying run now coming to the plate for the post-172 seniors. Coming to the plate here is Landon Schrader. Schrader is 0 for 2. Struck out looking, and he had a ground out in his last at bat. It's Matthews will work from the stretch here for the Irish. Pitch on the way is low and inside. Schrader lets that go by for a 1-0 count. Schrader will step back in here for Neligh. As Matthews from the stretch, pitch on the way, and Schrader taking a big swing of that for strike number 1. We'll go to 1-1. Neligh has been a little bit more aggressive here at the plate so far in this top of the sixth inning. I think they understand the situation. They don't have the time is kind of running out right now. They have also benefited off of the first error of the night from that Irish defense from the shortstop Grant Steck. As we go to a 1-2 count here, Schrader at the plate, working against Matthews. Runner at first is Grothe. So Schrader stands in. From the stretch is Matthews. Pitch on the way, and striking out, going down, swinging. There is Schrader. And that'll be out number 2 for the Irish defense here in the top of the sixth inning, with the number 7 batter in the lineup coming to the plate. That's Andrew Jacobson. Jacobson 0 of 2 as he struck out in both of his at-bats here tonight. See if he can change his fortune here against Matthews. And the first pitch from Matthews is low and outside for a 1-0 count. On deck for Neligh is Keegan McAllister. McAllister also 0 of 2 on the night with 2 strikeouts. As Matthews from the stretch, pitch on the way, trying to get the breaking ball to come back down. It's high and outside for 2-0. Thankfully, so far on the night, avoiding any of the weather that was predicted, as this is low and inside. Will take us to 3-0. And now Jacobson will just stand in here at the plate. It would take something really good for Jacobson to take a swing at this one, and he'll let that go by low and inside for ball number 4, and he'll take his base off the walk. And now the tying run at first for Neligh, and the lead being represented here at the plate is Keegan McAllister. As McAllister will stand in now for Neligh. As he works against Matthews. Pitch on the way as McAllister will watch that go by for strike number 1. McAllister, I think, playing up here for the seniors to help fill out the team. Just not the biggest stature player on the team here for Neligh, as he'll take a big swing at that one for 0-2. But we talked about that in the Dr. Pepper pregame show. Some younger guys getting some senior baseball experience here tonight for Neligh, as McAllister is going to go down looking there. And Matthews able to get out of that jam as our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard out of the top of the 6th inning, 4-2. Irish leading it by 2 runs when we come back here on KBR. Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning here between the Pinnacle Bank Irish seniors and Neligh, as the Irish so far with the lead here 4-2. They're going to try holding off that late charge potentially coming from Neligh. And Neligh going to switch it up here on the mound. Hunter Scharf will move from the mound over to third base, and moving from third to the mound is going to be Landon Schrader for Neligh, as Schrader coming in for relief of Hunter Scharf. Scharf really doing a nice job on the mound tonight. Has only allowed 3 hits. There was 1 error committed by Scharf on the mound tonight. But other than that, he pitched a pretty darn good game and gave Neligh an opportunity here, at least going into the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, you certainly can't complain with what Scharf did in those first 5 innings that he did pitch. And you really got to be able to rely on Schrader now to be able to close out this game, hold the Irish to 1, maybe 2 hits, and then hopefully that your defense can pick up right where you left off.
As we will come back here with Peyton Matthews leading us off. Matthews will get the opportunity here as he faces Schrader. Schrader getting some of those warm-up pitches in, and it looks like we're about ready to get this one underway again here in the bottom of the 6th. Matthews on the night as 0 of 1. He walked in his first at-bat. He flew out in his last at-bat. We'll see what he can do here for the Irish, as the Irish seniors looking for their 4th win of the season. For Neligh, they're looking for their 3rd. Irish coming in at 3-7. Neligh coming in at 2-5. As Schrader from the windup, pitch on the way, and this one going to go high and outside for a 1-0 count. So Schrader will reset here on the mound. This is Matthews back at the plate. Pitch on the way is low and outside again here, and this is tough because Schrader coming in relief of Scharf. His first batter that he has to face as a left-hander is the right-handed pitcher.
Ironic how that always works out. You get the worst matchup you possibly could.
As Matthews putting a ride on this one, going into right center field. Will go all the way back to the warning track as Kester throws it in. Matthews with the stand-up double to lead us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Irish.
You know, right as I said that, we got something good for us instead of a curse. We got a blessing.
So the stand-up double there for Matthews be a great job of leading us off is Cameron Atkinson now coming to the plate here for the Irish. Atkinson, he is 1 for 1 on the day, and we do get a courtesy runner here as Blake Benson comes in for the courtesy runner for Matthews. And standing in at the plate is Atkinson. Atkinson, like I was mentioning, he is 1 of 1 on the night. He had a single in his last at bat. If he could get a single here, he could potentially push Benson in for a score. Against Schrader, pitch on the way. Schrader going low and outside for 1-0. Of course, like we mentioned, Landon Schrader is coming in for relief of Hunter Scharf. Scharf moving from the mound over to third, where Schrader was at defensively for Neligh. Showing bunt is Atkinson. Pitch on the way. Atkinson will pull out, and we'll go to a 2-0 count. Benson in scoring position there, second, off of the double from Peyton Matthews. Pitch on the way from Schrader is just going to miss outside 3-0. And you saw Grothe trying to frame that one up for his pitcher. Umpire behind the plate not buying it. We go to a 3-0 count. Schrader with the pitch here. And that does find the zone for a 3-1 count. On deck for the Irish is Sean Gildersleeve. Gildersleeve will be looking at his first opportunity at the plate for the Irish. 3-1 count here. Schrader getting a strikeout there as you see Atkinson chasing on that high pitch for a full count here at 3-2. So with a full count, Atkinson stands back in. Schrader at the mound. Pitch on the way. Is Atkinson going to put this one high into left field? McAllister coming underneath it, unable to make the grab as it goes over the glove. Blake Benson on his horse. He rounds third, and he was moving too quick, was unable to round third cleanly there. And now pass ball over at second base, but Benson just still trying to compose himself, stays at third base, and now 2 runners in scoring position here for the Irish at second and third. And we'll see Atkinson call the timeout as he gives Coach Dean Benson over at first his guards. And not going to be a error there out in left field by McAllister, is just wasn't able to field that one, but that'll be a double here for Atkinson. As we see the strike there, Benson was moving quickly and trying to throw down there. It's going to be a pass ball, so the throwing error there will bring Atkinson into home. You did get the throw down at home for 1 out, but O'Neill is able to get a run in for a 5-2 score.
A lot has happened in these past 2 pitches alone. It's very hard to keep up with, and that's so exciting about baseball here.
It's unreal. And only 5 hits on the night for the Irish. They have 5 runs. 2 errors, though, defensively charged on Neligh as Schrader with the pitch goes high and inside to Gildersleeve for a 1-0 count. Now the base is unloaded, I should say, as Benson, of course, was tagged at home. Pitch on the way is going to be low and outside for 2-0. As Schrader stands back on the mound here. Will work from the windup. Pitch on the way is, that's high and inside for 3-0 against Gildersleeve. Gildersleeve will stand in. Schrader from the windup. Pitch on the way, and that will find the zone here. Will take us to a full count. Must have missed a strike there, so we are at a full count here at 3-2. So with a full count here at 3-2, Schrader with the pitch, and that is going to be fouled back by Gildersleeve to stay alive here at the plate. On deck for the Irish is Parker Hess. Missed one of those strikes back when Gildersleeve was showing bunt, and we saw that steal home. This is Gildersleeve extending out for that one. He'll hit it right back up to shortstop. Making the throw is Reisman over to first, and that'll be out number 2 recorded by this Neligh defense with Parker Hess coming to the plate for the Irish. So at one point, it really looked good for the Irish here in this bottom of the 6th inning. It looked like they were really going to extend their lead, have only brought 1 run across, and with 2 outs and no runners on, Neligh could really limit the Irish offense to just 1 run here in this bottom of the 6th inning.
That would be the best case scenario for Neligh, as they would escape this inning with only 1 run scored, or only giving up 1 run.
And now Hess at the plate. He'll watch the first one go by from Schrader for strike number 1. Hess stands back in now for the Irish. Looking at the 0-1 count. Schrader from the windup, pitch on the way, and that finds his zone again for Schrader as he quickly gets to 0-2 against Hess. So with the 0-2 count, 2 outs, no runners on, bottom of the 6th inning. Schrader from the windup, pitch on the way as Hess reaching for that one, fouls it back. And we'll stay at 0-2 here at the plate. On deck is Mason Walsh for the Irish as Schrader from the windup, pitch on the way, and that will be a hit batter as Hess will take his bag. And that will give Mason Walsh an opportunity here at the plate for the Irish. You're just now joining us here on KBRX, our Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 5-2. Irish leading it by 3 runs here against Neligh. Hess, after the hit by pitch, is over there at first. Walsh will stand in as he'll watch the first one go by for strike number 1. Turner Jussel on deck for the Irish. He's the top of the lineup. There on deck is Schrader's pitch on the way. Walsh is going to hit this one high, shallow right field, and it's a race to get to it, and Jacobson was unable to at first base, and now right fielder Linus Bohr trying to throw it in. Hess able to get all the way home, and the RBI single there from Walsh brings in another run for the Irish. And the RBI single gives the lead, now extends to 4 runs here for the Irish, 6-2. Schrader with the pitch is going to be hit high down the third base line, foul, and unable to get there was Scharf. And we'll go to an 0-1 count here at the plate. Walsh standing in at first. And Grant Stack on deck for the Irish. On the day, Jussel is 0 for 1. He struck out looking in his last at bat. He has reached, actually, he's 0 for 2 on the day as he flew out and struck out looking. He also has reached on a walk as this is a high inside pitch. Trying the throw down was Grothe. It gets by the shortstop Reisman as Walsh gets all the way from first to third. And we'll look at a 1-1 count here at the plate. So with 2 outs here. And Jussel at the plate. The Irish with a runner at 90 feet away. Pitch on the way here from Schrader is high. We'll go 2-1. So the 2-1 count, 2 outs. 6 total hits on the night for the Irish. They have 6 runs. Also the beneficiary offensively from those 3 errors made defensively by Neligh as Schrader finds his own there. And we'll go to an even count here at 2-2. So with a 2-2, pitch on the way as Jussel reaches for that one. It's going to go right back to Reisman at shortstop. Reisman makes the throw over to first, and that is not in time as Jussel reaches to first. And the RBI single there for Jussel brings in another run for the Irish.
A lot of Neligh players were questioning that call, but umpire out there said that the ball had hit the ground first, and which slowed it down, not allowing the player to make the right position battle.
So with the 2-out RBI single there from Jussel, Jussel is going to run as Grothy with the overthrow there, trying the throw down. Jussel will get to third, and he'll stay there as Scharf is able to make the grab. And the throwing error there from Neligh will move Jussel over to third, and Grant Steck standing at the plate will look at a 1-0 count here from Landon Schrader. So Steck stands in. Pitch on the way is high and outside for 2-0. The 2-0 count and 2 outs. Irish now leading it by 5 runs at 7-2 on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. And that one finds his own to Steck inside for 2-1. So Schrader stands on from the windup. Pitch on the way, and that miss is outside. 3-1. Jussel over there at third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Neligh just trying to get out of this inning. Schrader with the pitch is over the head of Steck. That'll be a walk, and Jussel will steal home. And now Steck rounding first. He'll go all the way to second, and this is going to be backed up, thankfully, by Trinity Graham there. Second baseman backed up the throw from Grothy. If that was going to be another pass ball, that would have potentially gotten Steck over at third. Instead, Steck stands at second after reaching on the walk and stealing there to second base. Francisco Perez now to the plate, and Perez looking for his first hit of the day. Steck steals from second over to third, and now Steck in scoring position there at third. With Perez at the plate, looking at an 0-1 count. Schrader with the pitch. Perez will take that one high and inside for ball number 1. Perez is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, but has flew out and grounded out in his last 2. With a 1-1 count, pitch on the way is Perez. He's going to hit this one into left center field. That gets down. Steck comes in. Perez rounds first. No, he'll go back. But another 2-out RBI single coming for the Irish as the bats have really come alive for the Irish here in the bottom of the 6th.
It's about O'Neill's time that they let their bats awaken a little bit, and they just kind of really took off here and haven't really looked back at all.
And now this brings up Weesey to the plate. Weesey is 1 for 2, and he's going to hit this one into Reisman. Reisman with a backhand makes the throw to first. A throwing error there as Weesey is going to round first. He'll get to second. That was a beautiful play by Reisman on the backhand to dig it up out of the dirt, but the throwing error will allow Weesey to get from first to second. And now this brings up Matthews to the plate, and Perez at third would represent the game. If Perez gets home, that would effectively end the game to a 8-run rule. As Schrader is going to pitch this one high over the plate for a 1-0 count.
And that actually brings us back to where we started this inning with Peyton Matthews starting at the top of the lineup.
And Matthews doubled at the beginning of this one here in the bottom of the 6th. See if he can do something similar here. So with a 2-0 count, Schrader on the mound. Pitch on the way is low and inside. Oh, they are going to say that does find the zone for 2-1. So Matthews will stand back in for the Irish with 2 runners in scoring position. Weesey at second, Perez at third, and this is well hit into right field over the head of Bohr, and that will effectively end it as 1 run comes in for Perez 2 runs come in for Weesey, and that is another double coming for Peyton Matthews. He gets the double to start off the inning. He finishes it with the RBI double to get the win here tonight, as the Irish will take it 10-2 on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. We'll be back with your Rink Seed postgame show after this on Cape. Welcome back here, Fred Appleby Field, as it is the Irish prevailing here tonight against Neligh as they win this one 10-2 on your Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. And really, it was the Irish coming alive there in that bottom of the 6th inning. They had 5 runs going to the bottom of the 6th inning. They started off with a double from Peyton Matthews, but kind of fall victim to a couple of outs due to base running. And it didn't look like we were going to get a run rule, but the Irish offensive bats, like I said, just kind of come alive and able to bring some more runs across. Just looking at it, you get Walsh with an RBI single there. Turner Jussel had an RBI single. Perez able to get an RBI single. The RBI double coming from Peyton Matthews. An error from Hunter Reisman allows Weesey to get in safe at first as well. It just kind of imploded a little bit for Neligh towards the end of this one. Played very well and going all the way into the 6th inning. There was only 5 hits allowed, but the Irish really, like we mentioned, just kind of explode there in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better way to essentially finish off that game. You know, you start with a double in that inning from Peyton Matthews, and you end the inning with Peyton Matthews, and those bats just really came alive. And, you know, you take a look at all the pitchers that O'Neill had gone through, and you can't really point out which one did worse, which one did better. Right. They all equally did really well. All 5 pitchers, I believe, that O'Neill had.
Yeah, 13 total strikeouts on the night coming, and every O'Neill pitcher, like you mentioned, had at least 1 strikeout accounted to their game tonight on the mound. But we saw, to start off the night, it was Francisco Perez, then Parker Hess. We see Grant Steck get in the action. Isaiah Weesey had an inning where he was able to get on the mound, and then it finishes off with Peyton Matthews, and all 5 of those guys really did something well here on the mound tonight and helped contribute to that win here tonight for the Irish seniors as they get win number 4 and will continue to ride some momentum going into a big game tomorrow night in Creighton for the seniors.
Yeah, it's great momentum. You know, especially when you run rule, that's just okay. You know, that's high morale for the whole team. You know, yeah. We scored a lot of points. You know, we held them to not that many points, right. And it's just great confidence going into tomorrow's matchup.
Absolutely. As we take a look ahead, of course, at our Gutchell and Cole Sports broadcast schedule, and like we've mentioned a couple of times tonight, we will have a doubleheader tomorrow night from Creighton, Nebraska. Myself and Trevor Dempster will join you tomorrow night from Creighton, Nebraska, as it will be the Creighton squad taking on O'Neill, and we'll of course have the juniors starting at 5:45 opening pitch there, and then the seniors game will be set to follow. You can listen to those games on 102.9 FM and on KBRX.com. Of course, taking a look at the schedule for the Irish seniors coming up. Of course, we already mentioned tomorrow they'll be in Creighton. Then Friday they take on this same Neligh team Friday night. And then they'll have a doubleheader again Saturday against Lakeview, and that'll be in Columbus. So the Irish seniors will hit the road as they get that one home game here tonight from Fred Appleby Field. They'll be on the road in their next 4 games, and then they'll be back at home again next week against Wayne Monday night. We'll also have that game for you on 102.9 FM and on KBRX.com. But once again, the Irish able to get the win here tonight, 10-2 over Neligh, as it was really some nice performances on both sides. We saw Hunter Scharf on the mound for most of this game for Neligh. He pitched 5 total innings for when Landon Schrader ended up coming in as relief, but really liked what we saw from Hunter Scharf. Thought he did a nice job. He only allowed 3 hits up to that 6th inning. Did a nice job, showed good control, and he'll be a player to watch for Neligh as well.
Yeah, he definitely kept it pretty. He was very composed up on the mound. He felt very natural. I mean, he looked very natural, just out there, playing catch with his catcher. That's about all he did. He did have that one error on that bunt from Tommy Kotzer, but other than that, he had a pretty clean game.
Absolutely is. Once again, it was the Pinnacle Bank Irish seniors getting tonight's game tonight from Fred Appleby Field, 10-2, as we're in your Rink Seed post-game show, and we're going to take another short break. When we come back, we will name our Stadium Sports Top Dog Athlete of the Week nomination. That's on the way right here on KB. Welcome back, Fred Appleby Field. Again, your Pinnacle Bank final score. It's the Irish seniors taking tonight's game over post 172 Neligh seniors, as O'Neill will move to 4-7 on the year. Neligh going to move to 2-6. And we take a look now at our Stadium Sports Top Dog Athlete of the Week nomination. And we had a couple of different guys to really choose from here tonight for the Irish, but it really felt like, at least towards the end of the game, Peyton Matthews was doing everything right. And in that 6th inning, he started it off. He led it off with a double. He finishes off the 6th inning with an RBI double to solidify the win here tonight for the Irish. Going to go with him as he was 2 of 3 from the plate.
Yeah, I could not agree any more with you. I mean, he did it just about it all tonight. I mean, he held down the rock at first base, and he pitched an inning. I mean, he had a great inning. Started to worry there when he threw 4 straight into the dirt. But other than that, he had a great game pitching and a great game behind the plate as well. I mean, he started off the 6th inning just on fire immediately with that double, and then finishing off the inning with an RBI double to really seal the win for the Irish.
He was seeing the ball there in that 6th inning as he was the beneficiary of 2 doubles there. As we go through the full lineup in that bottom of the 6th inning, it helped the Irish to that 10-2 victory here tonight, as once again it was the Pinnacle Bank Irish seniors winning it 10-2 over Neligh tonight from Fred Appleby Field. Would like to thank all of our listeners joining us tonight, whether it was on 102.9 FM or KBRX.com. A big thank you going out to all of the sponsors who made tonight's broadcast possible. Would also like to thank Tim Hansen back at the studio, running our our studio engineer, pushing all the buttons back there. A big thank you going over to Trevor Dempster for joining me tonight here from Fred Appleby Field. And that'll do it here for us tonight. Once again, your Pinnacle Bank final score 10-2. Irish seniors win it here on KBRX.